Of the Northern Entertainment, and welcome to an episode of Motor Town. Motor Town, well, I wanted to make an episode because I wanted to tell you guys about Motor Town. If you don't know about it already, you might have noticed the last streams on Twitch that I did, they were all Motor Town, and it's a fun game. It's all about driving, and there's so much that you can do. I am currently making my way up the food chain as a tow truck driver. This is actually the second tier tow truck. This is not the lowest tier anymore, which cost me 90,000. The lowest tier tow truck, which is the Dory, costs you 30,000. So no matter what, if you start the game completely from scratch, you will have to put some time in to get things going. I think that's a Ford F-150 in front of us there. Well, not F-150, but you know what I mean. And we are coming now past a mobile weigh scale, and they will absolutely fine you if you are overweight. So that's another thing that's really nice about the game. The sounds are good. The graphics are... Well, the graphics... You can't say if they are good or bad, because they are very unique in their style. I like them. There is maybe a few things that I would change, but that's just me. But you can see this beautiful, beautiful sunrise there in the distance. It is 5:39 at the moment. You know what? This is actually beautiful. Green shot right there. With the sun and the rain and the reflections and all of this. This is just beautiful. And we are on our way at the moment for a tow request. You can see here, we're just rolling up on it. It's a, I forgot what they are called, but it doesn't matter. Turn our lights on. And then I'll find a place to turn around. And then we're gonna go in front of it and start our work. There we go. Now, it is an online game too. You can play with friends, and to be honest with you, some of the recoveries in a tow truck, definitely you can use more than one person. Now we're gonna use the control panel. And this is another thing that I really love, is the fact that things are not just happening automatically, but you actually have to make them happen. I.e., use hooks, attach hooks, and so on and so forth. You're not allowed to park here. The police can, yep, whatever. There we go. We're hooked. Yep, we're hooked. Now we're just gonna lift the front axle off the road. Now the starter truck will do this no problem as well. I just have to make sure here that we're not too low. Now, you know what? I'm gonna lower this a little bit, because if we hit a bump, then we're gonna be scraping. And you will see here right away that up there it says cargo damage 0. Well, that will drastically change if and when we hit a bump. But this is only a 200 meter tow, so that shouldn't, A, it shouldn't be too difficult, B, I don't think really we're gonna be wrecking the car that we're towing. And once we got this done, I thought I'm gonna show you guys quickly, the... Well, we're gonna do an actual recovery after this. And then I maybe show you guys very quickly the logistics of this, maybe, possibly. Alrighty, well, we're gonna be gently setting this down and unhook it, which gives us then possibility of it being despawned. Oh, I'm gonna show you guys also what I'm saving for. So we're gonna have a little bit of a drive ahead of us, but could have sworn I unhooked you. Well, we can do this directly too. There we go. We're coming up. Alright, so our next stop is going to be an actual recovery. But yeah, just... Well, you know what? No, we're just gonna drive quickly here through the place and have a look. All these trailers are available for purchase. And all these trailers have different purposes, obviously. Little car transporter, or a low loader. Sorry, a drop deck. Although, this is almost... Yeah, I guess this is more of a drop deck than a beaver tail. No, might as well turn the lights off. And then you have here all the other fifth wheel trailers. And then you have their little one. Those are container carriers. And then you have a bunch of different trucks. And we will see a bunch of different semis here as we are going towards the recovery. To that extent, or to that end, though, I think we should maybe stop and get some... Oh, we should maybe stop and get some gas first. Where is this recovery? Oh, it's up here. 7 tons. It's a tanker. This is on the high end of what we can do. 5 tons. That's a van. That's probably better. Plus, there's also a gas station. So I will... Yeah, there's a tow request for 6 tons. There's another rollover with 8 tons. There's a bunch of deliveries that need to be done. But yeah, I think we're gonna go here and rescue this van. But first, I'm gonna go to the gas station. Or fuel station, as it were. And yeah, but before we do this, what I wanted to show you is here. Look, delivery jobs, taxi jobs, bus job, truck job, wrecker job, police job, ambulance, taxi, ambulance, passenger, garbage. And that's a thing too, by the way. You can drive a garbage truck if that's what you want to do. You can also buy a motorhome. And you can also buy a house and build a shop, and you can do all kinds of additions and of... Well, here, look at this truck, for example. In its original state, it doesn't have this paint job. In its original state, it doesn't have the beacons on top. And it certainly does not have the LED backup light bar in the back. And also not those 2... additional lights in the front. This is all stuff that you can buy and mount on your vehicle as you see fit. Like, I could completely kit this thing out with light bars everywhere for scene lighting. I choose not to at this point because I'm saving my money for the big wrecker. And like I said, I'm gonna show you guys here before the video is over. I'm gonna show you where said wrecker is going. Or what... It's a Peterbilt. It's a Peterbilt 50-ton rotator. So that's the goal of mine, to get this one. But there is one truck in between that I want to get because I want to get all of the tow trucks. I'm not going to get the tanker, but there is also a Unimog for 260,000, I think it is. That is available, and that allows us to do even more heavier stuff yet. And the nice thing is, if I'm not selling these tow trucks, because in online, in a multiplayer environment, people can work for me and they make 80% of what, well, You can set it in the company panel how much they make, but in my case they make 85% of what the truck makes. Yeah. So that being said, I'm gonna see you guys when we are starting to recover. Right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. And filling up this truck is actually quite expensive. It costs you $458. But of course, you also can go quite a while with that truck. Across from us, if you look over there, you can see the bus depot with all the different buses that you can get. And I'm lying. Oh yeah, no, I'm not. Ow. That was not very nice. He just smoked me. Well, AI will be AI. I'm just gonna go here into the tuning shop and repair. Because that's apparently what we need to do. Thankfully, the bodywork is relatively easily. The brake pads, well, 4%, that's doable. I usually replace the pads once you're down to the last 20%, because if you lose your brakes on the way downhill, and there are some pretty nasty mountains you have to drive through, then you sorta kinda have a problem. But we're gonna quickly, before we go, before we go and do the recovery, I'm gonna show you guys the buses here. And this is only a small selection. There is way more. There's like 5 more different ones that you can get. And this is, of course, here. Keep in mind, this is not the dealership. This is where you can go and just go do the job. Gain experience in the job. Like, you can just grab the taxi and go and do your thing, or you can go and grab a bus and do your thing. You will lose money because the company that provides you the bus will make their cut, but it's definitely a way to get exposure, or to get some... oh, look at that. Old army trucks. It's definitely a way to get some decent experience. Here we have the Jeju airport. I don't trust this cop. But I need to find where the recovery was. Oh, there. There it is. So we're gonna go there now. I am using at the moment something that I haven't used before, and that is mouse steering. Works actually pretty good. You can also use controllers as well, like normal, like Xbox controller or whatever. Whatever you use, what your weapon of choice is. Or we can also... oh dear. Oh dear. You can also use a wheel. And shifter and all that good stuff. Okay, how are we going to do this now? How did that even happen? Oh, we'll see if we can get in here. Yeah, the thing that I don't like is you don't have lockers. I feel like you should have div locks. Especially if you have to go off-road like right now. Okay. So the one way to do this is only 5 tons, so we should be easily able to fix this one. But the one way to do this is... the rain doesn't help. I might have to pull it a little bit into a less steep... Oh no, you know what? We might be able to get this. Slowly making our way around here. Actually, it's a good thing that he's sitting the way he sits. Oh no, I'm sliding and slipping and all these things. Gonna stop right here. And then we're gonna hook up and hopefully it's gonna be an easy one. We're just gonna hook the hook here to the side of the roof. I'm gonna grab my controller. And we're just slowly... yeah, see, this is the only thing that I didn't want. But we're just super slowly gonna tip it upright. Okay, well that worked better. That worked better than I expected. What I wanted to do is wanted to keep it in suspense to the side and then just I'm gonna cut the cable because that's no longer needed. Yeah, what I wanted to do is I wanted to just slowly tip it to the side, leave it in suspense, and then give it slowly winch so it doesn't bash on the ground, because every % more damage that you cause to this poor thing will be money out of your pocket. So if at all possible, you try to do this in a somewhat civilized manner. Now it's gonna be quite interesting here to get this vehicle rescued out of this particular situation, just because we have the problem see, like I said, this is what I don't like, is you don't have lockers. What I want to do is I want to winch this bus or this van out of here and onto a little bit of a more level ground, and then we're gonna go slowly out of this field and onto the road. Oh, I picked up the controller. Oh, I need the hook. I need the hook, please. And the nice thing is you can hook this up to wherever. You don't need slings to make that happen. And I'm okay with that. Yeah, this is gonna be the interesting part here, going over this bump. Okay, you know what? Oh, this rock there is making me nervous. There, we got it a little bit suspended. Oh, that was probably 3% damage. Right there. Once we are here on this little bit more level field, we're gonna be hooking up to the front because that is a lot less destructive. Right here is good. There. I don't think that caused too much damage. I hope we are still below 7%. I mean, there's a certain amount of damage that already happened anyway. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead here and drive around and hook up to the front. And then we're gonna get this truck here out of here. Yeah, that was smooth. You can tell I'm not used to the whole mouse steering situation yet. But it does work. If you don't have a controller, it does work. Good news is, once we have the van hooked up, actually, what's gonna help a little bit... Oh my goodness, you really gotta use all your skills here. This is so frustrating sometimes. But once we have the van hooked up, we also have more weight on the rear axle. I think even all-wheel drive would be really helpful. And yes, you could absolutely ramrod this thing and just be impatient and all these things, but all that would do is cost you more money than the thing is worth. So we're gonna actually lift this one because I want to have as much weight as possible on my rear axle. See how nice that works if you have weight on the rear axle. It's amazing. So we have 16% damage so far. Now it's 17. So we're just gonna slowly make our way out of here. And we'll only have to tow for 500 meters, so that's nice. 17% damage, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of money, but overall I think it's within the parameters of acceptance, of being acceptable. Oh, you know why? I lifted it up too high. It was actually dragging. Remember in the beginning how I said you don't want to lift it up too high because you drag on the ground and you cause all kinds of damage? Well, I did not heed the words. Alright, well, here we are. Slowly set him down. Like so. And yeah, we lost a little bit, but overall, not too bad. Just gonna unhook. And then, like I promised you guys, we're gonna go quickly and have a look at the tow trucks, or at the wrecker. Well, at all the tow trucks, I guess. So I see you over there. Alright, we're just driving here onto the yard of the tow truck dealership. And it just so happens that you can see here my first tow truck, because it's just sitting here in the parking lot, idling around. Let me park here. Engine off because fuel is expensive. Yeah, here. So this is my first tow truck. As you can see, also with a custom paint job. And it used to have additional lights, but I took the lights off and I mounted them on this one here. These lights were on as well as one of the beacons, but neither here or there. So you can see here, to start your tow truck career, it's 30,000 for the base one, 90,000 for the second tier one. This one, as you just seen, is by itself pretty powerful, but you can put bigger winches and so on and so forth on it. I did put a better suspension in it as well. Because of course with a better suspension you can then lift a little bit more without having too much to worry that the truck is gonna drag on the ground. Then here for $140,000 we have our rollback truck, which I'm probably gonna skip. Then here for 150,000, yeah, I'm not 100% sure what this is. I think it's a tanker. I never used this one, so I don't know. But this is the next step for me. 250,000 will get me this baby here. And as you can see, this is a heavy-duty truck. This is for the real, yeah, for the big trucks. You can lift pretty much anything when it comes to the big trucks with this. But you still are limited when it comes to recoveries. And then finally, yeah, here is what we are working towards, to $620,000 tri-axle with 3 winches, a rotator. And this is actually what I would work with. Like, I was not operating them, but in days past, in my old job when we did tanker recoveries, yeah, we had 1 or even 2 of those rotators on the scene to flip up Super Bs that have rolled. Yeah, so I'm really excited to get into this one. And you can see here you have a box where you can put all kinds of stuff, and it's a beautiful truck. Now, of course, I also need a tow truck level of 50, so that's gonna be a little bit. This one here, I think no, this is gonna take me a little bit too before I can do this, because I need a level of 100. I didn't know that. Even that what? Okay, so this one needs a driver level of 100. This one needs a tow truck level of 50. Oh, I could buy this one, but I'm not gonna. 420 for every 10 minutes. So 100 minutes cost you $4,000. That is something to keep in mind if you are renting stuff. Wow. I had no idea that a driver level of 100. Well, a lot of you guys, by the time you get here, probably have this one. But I, from the beginning, really, well, tried to be specific with the tow truck career. So, yeah, this is all I have for you today. I do hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, this is the NorthernAlex signing off. Thanks for watching.